MVP.
So this one is coming down to, like I said before, I think Nikola Jokic is in the conversation. LeBron James is there. He's third on my list right now. JWill Embiid is second. I know they have the best record in the East thus far, up a half a game on the Brooklyn Nets. But I'm going with James Harden. I've been saying this the whole time. The fact that Kevin Durant's been out so many games this year, James Harden pretty much averaging a triple-double, it feels like, has really stepped up. And the reason, I just feel like also they're coming. With the addition of Blake Griffin, hear me. If Kevin Durant is healthy, with Blake Griffin, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, it's over. It's over. I will pick them to be the favorite over the Los Angeles Lakers. James Harden right now is my MVP. You can wave me off, Key, say whatever you want. He's the perfect player to fit with how James, Kyrie, and KD play.
And that would be a second MVP award. They often say defense wins championships.
Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm going to Philly. Ben Simmons. Just the numbers are off the charts. Obviously, Rudy Gobert can be in this conversation. Some people will probably choose Rudy Gobert. But I just have this burning image of Ben Simmons going against Luka Doncic, where he just held him to one of the worst games. And look, people need to start giving this player the recognition that he deserves. We always want to see him shoot jump shots. We're waiting for him to become LeBron James to a degree. He's not that type of player. He is a defensive player of the year candidate, a guy that can set up your teammates, make the game look easy, push the ball in transition, and he is an absolute dog on the defensive end.
Speaking of make it look easy out of the gate.
Rookie of the Year.
LaMelo Ball, man. Tyrese Halliburton could be in this conversation for the Sacramento Kings, too. He deserves a lot of praise. He was one of my sleeper picks in the NBA draft. But LaMelo Ball has just been this guy, man. Look, he didn't start, okay? Came off the bench, worked in. Now he's a full-time starter, shooting the ball from really deep. And he's magical with the basketball, man. He makes plays. There's a Luka Doncic in him. But also, look, man, he has that swag to him. We all know it. He has that swag. You feel like he's in Hollywood, but in Charlotte.
But so, Jay, with that being said, Rookie of the Year at midway season point, at some point in time, as I said a month or so ago, can he be, if not the face of the NBA, one of the young faces of the NBA?
One of the young faces. I just don't know about the face yet. There's still a lot to be accomplished for me to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
He has the potential. He has the potential.
LaMelo, the first rookie in 60 years to lead rookies in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals at the break. And as Jay said, didn't even start, I believe, till February. He wasn't even starting till February. So think about that. Points, rebounds, assists, steals. 60 years since we've seen a rook do that. I think Michael got this one right. Michael, of course, was never this in his career.
Sixth Man of the Year.
We're going out to Utah. You could talk about how Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert feel disrespected. There's no way they're in the position they are right now unless Jordan Clarkson pops off. I mean, for 18 points per game, he feels like he is that guy in Utah. As confident as Donovan Mitchell feels like he's a superstar, Jordan Clarkson believes he's a superstar. Crazy that he was once playing for the Lakers and could put up points, but like he is that player. Shoots unlimited range and has the moxie of a superstar.
All them young players, Jay, that we had, Ingram,
Jordan Clarkson,
the guys that we moved on, Ball, Julius Randle, they're turning out to be Larry Nance. They're turning out to be some pretty good players. So
Yes,
the Lakers obviously did a good job in terms of their selections.
Always find a way to bring it back to the Lakers. I like
You can always.
Well, I mean,
I'm joking.
you mentioned the Lakers. I just followed up. That's all.
You know who, believe it or not, the Lakers are looking up at?
Coach of the Year.
Going to the second-place team in the Western Conference. Phoenix Suns, Monty Williams. I mean, one hell of a job. I knew that when they got CP3 this summer, I was like, okay, they'll compete in the Western.
I didn't
They'll
think
compete,
so either, though.
man. Like, compete. Compete means be a 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that they were undefeated in the bubble, but
beat a team here
it's
and
the
there.
bubble, okay? Like, guys are going to go off. But they are a squad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, CP3, the way he's led them, Devin Booker becoming an all-star, which, look, I thought Devin Booker should have been an all-star. CP3 should have gotten an alternate spot due to AD. Whatever way you pan it out, this team, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, they have the pieces. They are dangerous. I'm not saying they can win the Western Conference, but damn, second place, Monty Williams, Coach of the Year right now.
24-11 overall.
Jay, let me ask you about CP3, though. When he was on the move, how come no teams that was real, like, championship contenders?
Because of that money.
The
40
money.
mil, right? Like
So
that
is he
money
not-
was a
but-
lot of money.
But is he not worth that money as you look at him playing right now?
Depending on where you are in the cap. I mean, look, I always thought I would have loved to see CP3 become a Clipper again.
Yeah.
I think that's a dynamic
Leadership,
that sometimes
they needed that.
they miss a little bit. But, what do you have to give up in order to get a CP3? It takes away from some of your depth and things like that. So I'm sure like JWill or, a lot of draft picks, things like that would have definitely been involved in the draft mix.
I just want to see him win. He's one of those guys that I want to see win a championship. But it might be tough in Phoenix.
Well, there was that one time he could have been on the Lakers, too. I don't want to bring that up. Sorry.
Well,
Okay.
Got voided.
Yeah.
Next up, who's shown the most growth?
Most improved player.
So my man, Jay Rose, Detroit stand-up. It's been a lot of tough years for Detroit. A lot of tough years. Jay Rose and I talk about it all the time. But Jerami Grant, this dude's averaging 23 points per game. He leads them in points. And just the maturation that he's taken from last year as a guy, you remember if you saw him in the bubble, a defensive player going against LeBron James, he was just a defensive guy, a guy that kind of fit in here and there. I did not expect him to become the star player for the Detroit Pistons. Big ups to Jerami Grant becoming a star at this level, and that size, that frame can give it to you in a variety of ways on the court.
Here's the one thing I would say, key calling for the trial. They don't do that in the NBA anymore. They
No
don't
more
call it
travels in
traveling
the NBA, Key.
Here's what I would say about Jerami Grant to buttress your point, and then we'll get to a really interesting discussion about one name we haven't heard in this entire discussion. Last 5 years, points per game for Jerami Grant: 5.4, 8.4, 13.6, 12.0, 23.4.
And when it was 12.0, he was a defensive guy for Denver last year. He was a guy guarding LeBron James. That was his role, and a spot-up shooter here and there.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.